So, you guys have some information, perhaps, on the elusive Jean Bourdin, I hear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what he did here. Of course, I'm hoping for something, you know, extremely glamorous. A river pirate, gun runner, drug smuggler. Maybe he died in the saddle. Maybe he died happy. Maybe he was like Colonel Kurtz, living out in the bush, surrounded by adoring indigenous women. I don't know. You know, if he was a masseur for Madame Lynch, I guess I'd be let down.
I contact with another historians and genealogists around the world, and the history of your family is very interesting.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, your family, your grandfather, Jean Bourdin, came to Montevideo following the sun.
Okay, the facts as I know them so far, I think, are this. My great-great-great-granddad, Jean, his son, also named Jean, came to Montevideo, Uruguay to live with his uncle.
1850, Jean Bourdin moves to Asunción.
This is the document that we have showing him arriving.
There he is.
In that time, he works with a chapelier.
He was a hat maker.
Hat maker? I'm pretty sure he said hat maker, which I have to say disappoints me like a lot.
And here you see Chapelier.
The whole elusive wing of mysterious South American Bourdains were Project Runway contestants of their day.
In 1855, Lopez's son arrived to Asunción.
Right, with Madame Lynch.
With Madame Lynch.
Madame Lynch was fond of things like French couture.
Yes, yes, and that changed the way of dress in Asunción.
Madame Lynch might have been good for business. I'm trying to put this in a light I can be enthusiastic about, like how clearly forward-thinking my relatives were. His customers, as a hat maker, the very people who treated Madame Lynch with such utter contempt, did they live in the colonial homes, the old mansions that we see still in Asunción, that type of residence?
Yes.
Times were changing in South America, too, in those days, as society ladies craved the latest in au courant French fashion. There was money to be made. There was... I'm bummed.
Short after this episode with the New Bordeaux Group came the Triple Alliance War.
Jean Bourdin died in 1858.
Yes, before.
It was a good time to die because this way he hadn't to join this horrible war.
He'd missed the war.
Yeah. The old Lopez died, the young Lopez got in power.
Our man becomes president.
Yes, Francisco Lopez.
Absolutely the most maniacal, megalomaniacal, piss-pot dictator.
You are right.
He was rather unkind to his siblings.
His two brothers were tortured and killed.
Right.
And the sisters were jailed, taken into tiger cages.
Tiger cage.
Tiger cages. And the mother was given some beating.
Right.
60-something.
His 60-something-year-old mother
Yeah.
was flogged and beaten in front of him. Not a nice man.
He believed that he had a chance to get married with the daughter of the Imperator of Brazil.
Brazil, that's right,
Yeah.
yeah. He was refused in very unflattering terms. Thanks, presumably, to Lopez Jr.'s expansionist ambitions, he dragged Paraguay into the Triple Alliance War. He essentially challenged all three neighbors,
Brazil, Argentina, and Uruguay,
to war. This doesn't seem like a good idea.
Yeah.
Right. In what would become the bloodiest war in Latin America's history, hundreds of thousands of Paraguayans died. When Lopez ran out of adults, he sent children into the field, dressed only in rags, armed with sticks painted to look like guns.
My great-grandfather was a 10-year-old boy, and he was dressed like a girl, because otherwise he was going to be enrolled in the army.
Lopez, eventually, he was hunted down. Madame Lynch survived.
Yes, she survived.
But with her money, I mean, she was allowed to keep her possessions.
Yes.
In history, it's hard to find a more disastrous or more cruel or pointless campaign, it would seem. When all was said and done, as much as 60% of the population and 90% of the men of this country were dead.
The survivors were just like 50 or 40,000 people. So that's why you could easily understand why there was nothing here for 100 years.
Jean Bourdin dies here.
Yes. Before the Triple Alliance War.
An adult natural of France by the name of Juan Bourdin.
Right, cause of death?
Not specified here.
Is there a gravesite?
We're looking.
We are looking for.